Hello students, today we will be discussing on chapter 11, the journey of machines. Listen carefully and try to understand the lesson. The objectives of these lessons are: number 1, we will be learning about the discovery of metals, the Industrial Revolution, and the different sources of energy and its alternates. Before we start the lesson, I will tell you a brief introduction of the lesson. The present modern life is completely different from the old Stone Age due to the progress of science. Now, the age that we live can be called the age of machines because we are so much dependent on machines and we cannot imagine life without these machines. Machines make our life easier. The early man had simple tools made of stones and shells. You can see in the picture that these are the tools which were made of stones and shells. Okay. Now the first topic of the lesson is discovery of metals. Copper is the first metal to be discovered. It was used to make better tools. You can see the first image. These are the tools made of copper. Next, bronze is the second metal to be discovered. It is a mixture of copper and tin, which is harder than copper. So the second image are the tools which are made of bronze, and these are harder than copper. Next, iron was discovered after a few thousand years. Tools made of iron like axes, plows, etc. have made man's life much easier. Man became a skilled farmer, carpenter, etc. in due course of time. So you can see the third image. These are the tools which were made of iron. They were much better, and because of this, the early man, they became a skilled farmer, carpenter, etc. The steam engine. James Watt invented the steam engine in the year 1769. You can see his image, James Watt. It paved the way for the invention of a railway engine. Pave the way means that makes other thing possible. Because of the invention of steam engine, they could invent railway engine. Okay. It was also used for sailing ships in the high seas. Gradually, petrol and diesel engines replaced the steam engine, which led to the age of motor cars, buses, trucks, and more powerful railway engines. Industrial Revolution. Now this is an important revolution. Now before we discuss about this, let us know what does Industrial Revolution means. The change from handmade goods to machine-made goods is called Industrial Revolution. It began in England in early 19th century. The steam engine made it possible to run big machines, and so goods could be produced in large quantities which were cheap and of good quality. Now you can see some factories where they are using big machines. They are producing large number of goods with cheap and good quality. Now during this Industrial Revolution, mass production took place due to better machineries. The machines could accurately shape metal parts of same size and shape. Now let us discuss about the sources of energy. Now the different sources of energy are coal, mineral oil, and electricity. First we will be discussing about coal. You can see the picture of coal here. Coal was the first fuel used in steam engine to produce steam. It is used in power plants to produce electricity. Coal is formed in nature from dead trees and it takes millions of years to form, so it is limited on Earth. Mineral oil is found deep under the surface of the earth. It was discovered in America in 1857. Mineral or crude oil is drilled and refined to get kerosene, petrol, gasoline, diesel and other oil related products. You can see the second image here. Mineral or crude oil is drilled to get different kinds of oil products. Gottlieb Daimler developed a machine run by petrol. So he was a man to develop a machine which can be run by petrol. Next, Rudolf Diesel developed an engine run by diesel. So these were the two men who invented machines which could be run by petrol and diesel. The next sources of energy is electricity. Electricity is an important source of energy in modern times. We all know how electricity is important in our day-to-day life. Alessandro Volta became the first person to make a small battery which could produce an electric current in a wire. Later generators were made to produce electricity. The force of flowing water of rivers is used to generate electricity, which is called hydroelectricity. So the energy which is produced with the help of flowing rivers, they are called hydroelectricity. Now you can see an image here. This is a dam. So dams are built across rivers to produce hydroelectricity. Now the last topic of this lesson, new sources of energy. The resources are called renewable sources of energy. These sources of energy will never get exhausted. These resources do not pollute the atmosphere. So let us see what are the new sources of energy. Number one is solar energy. 2, windmill. Third is gobar gas plant. And fourth is atomic or nuclear energy plant. We all know solar energy, the source of energy is from sunlight. And windmill, the source of energy is from wind. And gobar gas plant, the source of energy is from cow dung. And the atomic or the nuclear energy plant, the source is obtained from nuclear fission and nuclear fusion. So students, I believe you have all understood the lesson. Thank you everyone.